Okay. So 1 month before an election, a poll of 630 randomly selected voters showed 54% planning to vote for a certain candidate. A week later, it became known that he had an extramarital affair, and a new poll showed 51% of 1,010 voters supporting him. Today's result indicated a decrease in voter support. So we got to do a hypothesis test, and then if we concluded it, that there is a difference, you got to do the a confidence interval. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so let's go to work. All right, so in our test here, our parameters, okay, we have the proportion before, so proportion of voters who approved of candidate before his affair, and the proportion of voters who approve of candidate after the affair. Hypothesis. Well, the null hypothesis is that the proportion who approve after equals the proportion before, and the alternative hypothesis is we want to see if there's a decrease, so we're going to do after is less than before. Okay? Assumptions and conditions. Well, random. So in this case, voters were randomly selected. %, 630 and 1,010 are both less than 10% of all voters. Okay. Independent samples. Okay. These samples were taken independently. And then success failure. Okay, so NP hat for before is 630 times 0.54, which is 340, which is greater than 10. And then NQ hat before is 630 times 0.46, which is 290, which is also greater than 10. Okay. And then NP hat after, that's going to be 1,010 times 0.51, and that's going to be 515. That's greater than 10. And NQ hat after, it's 1,010 times 0.49, which is 505, which is greater than 10. All right, so we've met all of our conditions. Let's shoot that out a little bit. Name the test. It's a two proportion hypothesis test. Okay, our test statistics. So, number of before voters was 630. Okay. P hat before is going to be 0.54. Q hat before is 0.46. Number after is 1,010. P hats of after is 0.51. Q hat after is 0.46. 0.49. Huh? P pooled. Okay. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use this. Okay, so I'm going to do 340 plus 515 over 630 plus 1010. Okay, so 340 plus 515 is 855, and 630 plus 1010 is 1640. So 855 divided by 1640, and you get about 0.521. I'm going to just say 0.52. So Q pooled is going to be about 0.48. Okay? Obtain P. Okay? So I'm going to do P hats of after minus before minus 0 because we don't think there's a difference over P pooled, Q pooled, that's the after. Now I'm going to do the before. Okay, so that's how we obtain P. And then we're going to do stat test, and we're going to do a 2 prop Z test. So let's see, we got the after is going to be what, 515 out of 1010, and the before is going to be 340 out of 630, and we're going to test the less than, and then let's see, we're going to do draw, right? So we got that. Let's zoom in on that a little bit. Okay, so we got to draw that baby up. So let's see. You got a z-score of negative 1.1743. Shade that in, and we get a big p-value of 0.12. Okay, and make decision. We fail to reject H sub O, and the conclusion is there is no evidence that the proportion of people that approve of the candidate has decreased after the affair. Okay. And then we don't have to do the second part because it said if you concluded there was a difference, we would estimate that difference. Well, we did not conclude there's a difference. We said there's no evidence of a difference, so we do not have to do the second part. So at this point, we're done with the problem.